Hello, hello, everybody. I'm just going to take a moment to get things all set up on my computer and we will get started. Let me mute myself there. All right, so I'm going to give this a second to make sure people can see this in their feeds and so that we can have some friends joining us live. So as you are jumping on, please do say hello so I don't feel like I'm sitting here talking to myself. I always love hearing from all of you. Hello, Heather. Thank you for joining. Thanks for watching. Okay, I'm giving you a heads up right now. When I flip the camera down, it'll likely be crooked. It always is, and then I'll adjust it. Hello, Sonia. Hi, thanks for watching. Hi, Shirley. Oh, it's nice to see some friends popping on. Hi, Keisha. Hi, Barb. Oh, awesome. Thank you for sharing, Sonia. I'm a little out of breath. I ran downstairs from upstairs, obviously, because that's where you run downstairs from. Um, so three of the five of us had dental appointments this evening. I'll just talk a little bit because you guys know I like to chat. Hold on. Let's say hello to some friends before those comments go into La La Land and I never see them. Hello, Rita from Thornlow. Hello, Natalie. Hi, Carmen. Hi, Janice French, finally catching me live. I've missed you too, my friend. Thank you for joining. Hello, Deborah. Thank you for watching. Hi, friends. Okay. So today was dental appointment day for three out of five of us. So the boys had dental appointments, the girls did not. And so I have like two teenagers. One is 15 and then the other is almost 13. Although he looks like he's 17. He's almost as tall as my husband, who's 6'2". So he's a big kid. Like he towers over me. In fact, like when I get mad at him now, like if I have to look up at him to yell at him. I don't yell a lot, but when I do get mad, I look up at him and he just laughs because he can't take me seriously because I'm so much shorter than him now. Anyway, so he had a filling today that had been postponed from December. So December was, I guess, when all the numbers were going up. And so they had postponed his filling. And so he had to go today. And I could tell he was a little bit anxious about it already. The other two just had cleanings, but he had cavities that needed to be filled. And I could tell he was like anxious about it. He told me this morning, he's like, today is not a good day. I'm not excited about going to the dentist. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Will they put me to sleep? And I was like trying to talk him through it. Anyway, so we bribed him. We said, okay, if you like, just go get it done. And then, your mouth will be a bit frozen. So you can't eat anyway. So maybe we can get you booster juice or like a slushie or something, which is ironic considering he just had a cavity filled. But anyway, so he went and then he totally chickened out. Like he was like having a bit of a meltdown there, which if you've seen my son, like it's hard to believe because he's just so tall. But anyway, so it took a little longer than expected. And they just got home. They were supposed to have been home a while ago, but they just got home. And so I was running up to check how he was doing. And that's why I'm out of breath. And also because I'm talking fast and a lot. Shirley used to stand on a chair to yell at her son. Okay, so I'm not the only, and I'm not actually short. I would say I'm of average height. I'm 5'5", so I think I'm average. But he's probably 6'1", and he's like not even 13 yet. So he's gonna keep growing, and he's gonna tower over all of us. Hello, Beth. Hi, Stephanie. Are you guys ready for some crafting? So let me tell you what we are going to be playing with. So we are going to be using some product from our annual catalog. So that's this catalog right here. It's this giant book of goodness. I always forget how many pages there are. There's 176 pages. So this catalog runs from May 2021 to April 2022. Okay, so for those of you that have been enjoying Stampin' Up! Products for a while, our timelines have shifted a little bit. So this is actually from May to April, and before it used to be from June to end of May. So anyway, there are lots and lots of products in here that are super beautiful. There's a couple in here that I think are kind of sleepers, at least I think they are. So they're like kind of hidden gems, and some people might not really notice them. And if you have, great. And if you have them, awesome. I'm going to show you some ideas for using them. So we're going to be playing with the Tailor Made Tags Dies. And these dies actually don't coordinate with a stamp set. And that might be actually why they're a little bit of a sleeper, because they stand alone. So they don't actually coordinate with a stamp set. And so oftentimes we have a section where you can actually just see the bundles. And so these dies, I think, might get missed here and there. So I'm going to be showing you some ways to use the Tailor Made Tags dies beyond just using them for tags. So, you know, obviously they're called Tailor Made Tags. So you would use them probably for tags. But I'm going to show you some different ways that you can use them just to increase the versatility of the product. And then I'm also going to be using a stamp set called Shaded Summer. And that is a stamp set that is, when I first saw it, I just probably glazed right over it. And then I started to see samples using that stamp set, and it has flowers in it and beautiful fonts. So of course I needed to get it. So I'm going to show you some samples using both that stamp set and the dies that don't necessarily coordinate together, but I've pulled them together, and I love the projects that I've made. And so let me flip the camera down and I will get started and show you a few things, and then we'll get started with the crafting. Hello, Carol. Thanks so much for watching. Okay, so hang tight while I flip this down and then we will get going. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Let me move this out of the way. I don't know. I can never get this right. Okay, it's a little shaky. It's moving. Okay, hold the phone. I don't know. Let me see. Can you guys see that okay? I'm going to have to work a little bit far ahead of me today because for some reason my stand is not moving the way I want it to. So hopefully you guys can see that. If not, can you comment and let me know and I'll fix things, okay? So it might require a little bit of adjusting, but if you're not thrilled with how it's looking, then let me know and I will. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm going to have to just move some things around. Hold on. There. I think that's a bit better. Hello, Shelly. Okay, way better. Much straighter. Zara's happy. And you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to take some Post-it tape and I'm going to stick this down so that my grid paper doesn't move around a lot, and then I know exactly where I need to be doing my crafting. All right, so let's get started. So I'll show you where these items are in our annual catalog. So the Tailor Made Tags dies are on page 166, and it's in the section with all the dies. And you can see it's like almost at the end of the catalog. And there are, it doesn't coordinate with a stamp set, but what I love about these dies is, first of all, there are 10 of them. The second thing I love about these is the price point. So $30 for 10 dies is great. And then the last thing is that it coordinates, it can work in our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Okay, so for those that have the mini, these will fit through there beautifully, which I love. So it just, again, even if you don't have the full size Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you can still use these. So let me show you what they look like in real life. They come in one of these sleeves like all of our dies do. I've transferred mine to a magnet sheet. So I always do this with my dies is I take a photo magnet sheet, I buy them from the dollar store, and then I transfer the dies onto here so that I'm not worrying about pulling them up on the two-sided tape. So there are 8 different dies. There are 4 of each shape, okay? So this one here has more of a straight edge to it and then the angled corners here. And then it's got a little oval shaped opening here for your ribbon. And then this one here is a little bit more ornate, okay? So it's got a slightly different shape. It's, like I said, it's more ornate. It's got a smaller hole, like a little circular hole for your ribbon or twine. And then it also comes with these dies here that will cut out kind of like reinforcements, okay? So these ones here will cut out 3 that will match the oval opening here. And then this will cut out 4 of the little circular opening. So you can run these through with one pass and you'll get 3 of the little reinforcements like this, and then 4 of them like this. So I always love when there are dies that will cut out multiples of an item, so that, because you know, then I don't have to do it so many times. So these are the Tailor Made Tags dies. Like I said, only $30, and they are on page 166. The stamp set that I'm going to be using is called Shaded Summer, and this is on page 75 of the annual catalog. There are 10 cling stamps. So you've got 3 here that have these floral images, and so this one here just has this small sprig. And then you've got some beautiful greetings in here. So I'm going to read them to you. Some friendships are just meant to be. Thank you. Happy birthday. Hello, you. May the good you do come back to you. Love you, friend. And my favorite, above and beyond, you go there a lot. So I just love, I've never had it, we've never had a stamp set that says anything like this, but I just feel like there are so many people in my life that do go above and beyond that I would love to make a card for and send to them. Okay. So really, really gorgeous sentiments. I love the fonts in there. And so this is one of those stamp sets that would kind of cover you across many different occasions and greetings and people in your life. So it is in the love, thanks, and support category. So there's just like it's all encompassing. I love that and I love that it has a birthday stamp in there. So, oh, you need me to zoom in a bit. Am I better now, Shirley? Sorry, I'm probably a little bit above the screen. Hopefully that's better. Okay. And so the other thing that I wanted to show you is that we have a new set of dies that actually coordinate with the Summer Shadows dies. Sorry, that coordinate with the Shaded Summer stamp set. Now, I should tell you that if you go hunting for these dies in the annual catalog, you will not find them. They are an exclusive item that is going to be released in August from our Celebration brochure. So, Celebration is a promotion that happens normally, or in the past, historically, it's happened once a year and usually goes January, February, March of every year. So as long as I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, we've had Celebration in January, February, and March. This year, so for 2021, Stampin' Up! Has changed things up a little bit. So we did have Celebration in January and February, but we're also having a second celebration in August and September. And so I can't open this up and show you the items in here. I can't show you the inside of the brochure, but I can certainly send one of these to you if you are not already a demonstrator and you live in Canada and you would like one of these sent to you. Please let me know, and I will send you a copy of our celebration and our mini catalog. Okay, so our new holiday catalog, which says July to December, which is a little confusing, is actually going to go live in August. Okay, so because of COVID and shipping delays, a lot of the products came into our warehouse later than expected, and so Stampin' Up! Has pushed out Celebration. Actually, it's pushed out the mini catalog release until August. Okay, so basically all you need to know is both of these go live August 3rd, 2021. Celebration will be for 2 months, okay, and then this will go right till December. So I can show you the dies, okay, so while I can't show you pages inside the brochure, I can show you the dies. And what I love about these is that they coordinate with the stamp set, okay? So this die here will cut out this image perfectly. So you can stamp it and die cut it. No fussy cutting needed. It's amazing. And then this die here, so this is what I mean about the double-sided tape. This die here, if you play around with it, will cut out this image here. Okay, and then this one here will cut out the sprigs. And then you've got some standalone flowers, which you'll get to see on some of my projects today. And these you can die cut and then add to your projects. So while they coordinate really nicely with the Shaded Summer stamp set, you can also use them with all sorts of other stamp sets as well. Okay, so are you guys ready to see some samples using these? I should mention that with Celebration, you can actually get these dies for free with a $60 order. Okay, so that's how Celebration works, is you can't actually purchase the items in the Celebration brochure, but you can get them for free, which I think is better than purchasing them. So let me show you a few projects for inspiration with these Tailor Made Tags Dies. So the first thing that I want to show you is how cute it is to just be able to cut out one of the tags and stamp an image on it. This is one of the little treats that I included in my June card club to go. So this is, we were featuring the party puffins, and I just stamped a puffin here, I colored it, and then I heat embossed the greeting and stuck it on and just added one of those little reinforcements and some black twine. Okay, so really simple. And then I just wrapped a little piece of designer series paper around the chocolate bar. This is a birthday cake chocolate bar, birthday cake Hershey's, which I just felt fit really nicely with the rest of the cards and the theme and the paper. So that's one little way that you can use it, is just to create a really simple tag, stamp on it, and add it onto your packaging. Then the next thing that you can do with it is to, of course, create a tag. So this is one that you could just put on a gift. Okay, you could wrap it around the handles of a bag. There's so many different things that you could just add it to treat packaging. So if you have a little box or a little bag that you wanted to add it to, you can definitely do that. So the way that I did this is I used the Pansy Petals Designer Series paper, and then I die cut a smaller tag using the shimmer vellum, and this is in the fresh freesia, which is the color that this tag is in. And then I stamped this image in fresh freesia as well, and die cut it using the Summer Shadows dies, okay? And then I stamped the greeting thank you and just cut it out with the Tasteful Labels dies. So there you have a cute little tag with some layers on it, which I think would be so beautiful on any kind of gift packaging. So that is that. Maybe I'll keep them here so you can see some of the different ways. And then you can add it to one of our Ombre gift bags. So we have lots of amazing packaging ideas. So if you're not really into card making, but you like to do little favors, if you have your own business and you want to be able to send products in cute little packaging, then our Ombre gift bags are really, really good for that. You can put jewelry, you can put food, you can put a pack of dimensionals in here. You can put photos, like all sorts of fun little things that you can put in here. The possibilities are endless. And if you have ideas of what you can put in the Ombre gift bags, please comment below and let me know what you think would be really good to put in these gift bags. I think it's always nice to see what other people are thinking of. So the way that I did this is I again used the Pansy Petals Designer Series paper, and I cut the same size in both, okay? So I did the Designer Series paper and the white cardstock in the same size tag, and then I stamped that same floral image in Pale Papaya, and I just stamped the greeting at the bottom. It says, hello you. And then I also stamped the flowers. I don't know if you can see them clearly, but I stamped the flowers onto the actual Ombre gift bag, okay? I might have stamped them off a little bit so they're a bit lighter. And then I just embellished with some of our Pale Papaya ribbon. And because I had used black as my greeting here, I used the black and white twine from the Playful Pets combo pack, okay? So tags, obviously, it seems self-explanatory when you have the tailored tags or tailor-made tags dies. But I want to show you that you can also use these for cards, okay? So I love to use our tags in card making. So let me show you this one here. Hello, Darlene. Thank you for watching. No worries about forgetting to say hi. Glad you're here. Thank you, Carol. I'm glad that you like that. Okay. So here's a card that I made, and I'll just show you what I did here. So I'm not actually going to be making this card. I'm going to be making one of the other ones that I'll be showing you, but I'll explain to you how I did this. So I took a soft succulent card base. That's our gorgeous new green color that's come out. And then I layered on a white piece of basic white. And then in soft seafoam ink, I stamped the floral image. I did it once in full strength and then once in half strength. And then I stamped the greeting here in the darker green. And the colors that I pulled were from the Pansy Petals Designer Series paper. And this particular pattern here has both the soft seafoam and then the evening evergreen. So I just kind of pulled that from here. And then I wanted to add a little bit of color. And so I die cut the flowers here from the summer shadow. I keep wanting to call them shaded summer dies. The Summer Shadows dies, I cut those and then added a little bit of a reinforcer here in the fresh freesia. And then I used the in color gems to embellish. So let me show you these gems. So this, they are in a pack of 100 and there are 5 different colors, so you get 20 of each. So 10 in the larger, 10 in the smaller. And this is actually part of my ordering special this month. So if you spend $50 or more in my online store and you use our host code, you will actually get a package of these for free in early August, okay? So I will order these and send them out to you, as well as an amazing tutorial bundle, okay? So you'll get that for free with any $50 that you spend with me this month, and we'll be using these on a few of the projects. The next card I want to show you today, this is actually inspired by a project in our celebration brochure where they actually used the tags, but they used a different stamp set, and I used the shaded summer. So I used the stitched greenery die to do the background, and this is another standalone die in our annual catalog. Okay, so it doesn't coordinate with an actual stamp set, but it is stunning, and I'll hold that closely so you can see. This is a die, not an embossing folder, and it actually die cuts this stitched veining pattern all over the card layer. So I just think that that's the perfect backdrop. You don't need to add anything else to it. And then I die cut 2 of the larger tags and just offset them a little bit. And then I cut out some of the dies from the Summer Shadows dies, and I heat embossed the greeting in white. Okay, so you can already see there's so many different possibilities just using these tailor-made tags dies. The possibilities are endless, and there are so many different uses for them. Okay, so the card that I'm going to show you how to make today is this one here, and this is what I really love about these dies is that you can also make a little bit of a fun fold with them. So what I've done here is I have taken the dies and I've layered 2, okay, and then I actually ran some ribbon through it, and I'll show you how to do this because it's kind of nifty and easier than you might think, but it's got like a little bit of a buckle here, and this was inspired by Meg Loven, who is she goes by the name of Loven Stamps, I think, and she's in the United States, and I can't remember exactly where, but I took inspiration from her and thought I would show you something similar with it. So are you guys ready to see how this is made? Oh my goodness. I really hope that my bow tying works out today because it's kind of important for this card. Otherwise, we're just going to go with a knot. There we go. Okay. I'm so glad that you like them. Yeah, the tags do really look great on the cards, and they work out so perfectly. So let me clear all of this out, and I am interested in hearing if you guys have other ways to use these tags, because I always love when I can extend the life of a particular product and use it in so many different ways. So here's what I've got. I have my card base here. So right now it measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm just going to go ahead and burnish this. Now I want to cut part of this off, and I'm just going to cut off 2 1/4 inches. Okay, so let me grab my Stampin' trimmer and I'll show you. Thank you, Darlene. I appreciate that. So I'm just going to take the left edge and I'm going to line it up at 2 1/4 here. I'm just going to set that right like that. And so I'm just going to cut that off. So what that does is it leaves me with, what's the measurement here now? This panel, would help if I could see it, is 3 1/4, okay? So you want it like normally our, well, this part of our card measures 5 1/2. So normally I would actually just cut half of that off. So I'd cut off 2 3/4. But because when I do my sort of buckle fold, I want it to actually go over this flap here. So you're going to leave this a little bit longer. So this measures 3 1/4, okay? So you're cutting off 2 1/4 inches. And then let's go ahead and die cut our tags. So I'm going to bring in my mini cut and emboss machine. So you can see that you don't need the full size to do this. And I'm going to cut 2 of the dies. So let me grab the Tailor Made tags, and I'm going to use the ornate one here, and I'm going to do the larger one in fresh freesia. What did I do with my plate? Here we go. So I'm going to do the larger one in fresh freesia and just run that through. Whoops. So much for sticking my grid paper down. It's already moved. Okay, so we've got one there. So you can see how easy that is to cut out, and it does this beautiful stitched border around the edge and then cuts out the hole for you. And then I will do this next size down and cut that out with basic white. Okay, so let me actually bring this on this side so I can see it. I'll fix the grid paper in a moment. What a mess. Okay, there we go. So I'll move that out of the way. Let's get this stuck down again and hope that it's straight. I would look over, I glance at my screen and I'm just appalled at how crooked things look. And especially because I'm using the grid paper and then I'm using a mat that has like a grid all over it. It's so obvious when it's not straight on the camera. So I apologize for that. Maybe it bothers me more than it bothers any of you. Okay, so once you've done that, you're going to take this, the larger of the two tags, and I'm going to score it at 3/4 of an inch. So I'm just going to take this edge here. I'm going to go to the right side of my trimmer and I'm going to score that at 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so I've just created a little score line here, and that's just going to help me stick it down onto my card base. So let's go ahead and do that because I'm actually going to put the white layer on top of it. So you want to just first start by burnishing that, and you're going to put adhesive on this side of the tag. My suggestion would be to use like a more sturdy adhesive. So Seal Plus would be a good one, or our liquid glue, or tear and tape. Okay, so you're just going to stick that down like that. Okay, and you can see how that's going to work. Okay, but I'm not going to do anything with that yet because I want to do a little bit of stamping on the inside of my card. Okay, and I'm actually gonna, I'll just do all my stamping right now. So I'm going to start by using the Fresh Freesia ink, and I'm going to take this image here. This is the larger of the two floral images, and I'm just going to ink that up, and I'm going to stamp that first onto my card, onto my grid paper, and then I'm just going to stamp that in the top corner here. Okay, so it's just creating a really, really light, a really faint image there. And then I'm going to take this one here and I'm going to stamp down like that. And I'm going to go a little bit, because I know that I want this to layer on top of here. I'm going to cut off part of that here. So I want to stamp it a little bit over on the edge here. Okay, so you're not going right to the edge. You're just going to stamp it a little bit in, maybe about 1/4 of an inch, and then do the same thing on this side here. I hope that makes sense. So I'm basically just stamping this sprig image, and I've stamped it off, meaning I've removed some of the ink onto my grid paper, and I've stamped it onto the smaller tag, okay, onto the white tag. And then I'm going to grab my Evening Evergreen, and the colors I pulled from this pattern of paper. So this is from our Pansy Petals Designer Series paper, which is actually on sale this month. So this whole paper pack is 15% off. And so it's normally $15.75 and you can get it for $13.39 just for this month only. And I use Designer Series paper a lot, and so I love the fact that it's on sale right now. And I do have a promotion. So if you purchase 2 packs of Designer Series paper or spend $30 or more with me this month, you will get a PDF, like a tip sheet, showing you 9 different ways to use your Designer Series paper, as well as 9 different card tutorials. Okay, so I'm giving away lots for free this month. Okay, I'm going to just take some dimensionals here, and I'm going to put them down like that and peel these off. And then I'm just going to line that up. I'm going to line up the 2 holes. Okay, and then I'm just going to stick that down like so. And then what I'll do is I'm going to take my paper snips and flip my card over. And I'm just kind of resting the blade of my scissors against the card base and trimming the end off here. Hello, Jamie. Okay, so I've just trimmed the end off here, and so so that it matches with the edge of my card. Okay, so hopefully you can see how I did that. One part is tucked in here, so that's the one that's scored, and then the other, the smaller of the 2 tags, is just, I've just cut along the edge there. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Designer Series paper and I'm going to stick this to the Blackberry Bliss cardstock, okay? So I've just cut the Blackberry Bliss mat about 1/8 of an inch larger. So I think that the measurement of the Blackberry Bliss cardstock is 3 by 4. So this measures 3 by 4. And then the designer series paper is cut to just 1/8 of an inch smaller. Now you don't want to stick this down just yet. Okay, let's actually go ahead and stick down our insert. So we're going to cover that seam that we've created inside the card. Okay. And I'm just going to stick that down like so. All right. Now you see it, now you don't. So see that little flap, that little seam there is kind of, you can't see it anymore. So that's how it's going to go. Now, before you stick this part down, we're going to put our ribbon. Okay, so my suggestion would be to cut about 18 inches. So I'm just going to use my grid paper here. I've got 16, 17, 18, and it's okay to go a little longer, not by much, but just so that you can trim that down. Okay, so then I want to stick this down. Whoops, my sleeves are catching my, okay. So I'm going to find the center point here. This is the center. I'm going to actually go a little bit over like this. So you want, actually no, wrong way, this way. Because once you put your cardstock down, you're going to bring this over to tie it closer to this side. Okay, so you're going to leave a little bit more on this side of the card. Okay, so I'm just using, again, I'm using my Seal Plus because this is a little bit more tacky, more sticky, and that's going to hold my ribbon in place. Okay, so now I'm just going to take this panel and cover it here. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? So see how these tags will help you to even create a little bit of a fun fold. I just think that's super cool. Okay, so now I'm going to take now a couple of things. If you were actually writing in this card, which we all should write messages in our cards, right? So I know I always say this in my lives that I really love making the cards, but I sometimes struggle with what to put in them. And I know my friend Shirley here has told me the same thing. When you're writing your message in this card, my suggestion would be to kind of write on this side here. You could, I mean, if you have lots to say, you could definitely go here, but you know that part of the white cardstock is going to be showing here. So if you don't want that showing, then just kind of have a bit of an imaginary line and write your message here. And then you know what? You don't have to write as much. I'm terrible, I know. Okay, so I'm just going to, here's the thing. These holes are a little bit narrower than the ribbon. So we're just going to tuck that through and try to catch it because we're going through 2 layers here. Okay, so you just pull that through and you want to make sure that it's fairly straight. Okay, so I'm going to pull that taut and it's sticking down really nicely because I've used the Seal Plus, right? So I'm just going to tie that in a knot. And let's see how it works on the first try because I was struggling with this earlier. Okay. All right. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay. So there we go. We've used our evening evergreen ribbon. And again, I just pulled the colors from this paper here, and then I used the same color as I used on my, I used the same as the ink and the ribbon. And where are my scissors? Okay, let me trim these a little bit. What do you guys think of this? Isn't this cute? Did you think you could do a fun fold with these Tailor Made Tags Dies? I just love them. Okay. Did I do that straight? That looks straight, right? That looks fairly straight, right? Okay. We're going to call it straight. All right. So we want to then just embellish with our in color jewels. And I am again going to use the Evening Evergreen because it just coordinates nicely. I like the contrast between the Evening Evergreen and the Fresh Freesia. So I'm taking 2 small, right? So I'm just going to go 1, 2, and then the one large one. if it wants to come up. I'll put down, yeah, I want to put it here. Okay, it's kind of an awkward spot. Let me just see if I can move that down a little bit. Yeah, maybe there. Okay, so doing everything in triangular formation. You could do more gems if you wanted. So you could do like 3 and then 2 down here, which maybe I will do. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And then I'll just do one more small one down here. Okay, so you've still got that triangle formation, which is just more visually appealing to the eyes. And that's the card. It's so simple. So let me bring in some of the other samples. Oh, let me just read some of these comments. Oh, thank you, Beth. I'm so glad you like it. Thank you, Karen. Karen, you caught me live. I got your email today. I appreciate you joining live. Oh my goodness, I'm like so crooked right now. Thank you, Karen, for joining. Thank you, Carol. Oh, I'm glad that you love it, Heather. Thank you, Pam. All right, so let me bring in some of the other samples. So this is my original, right? Looks pretty similar. One thing I did change about my the sample right now is I stamped on the inside, okay? So this is how it looks if you don't stamp it, and then this is how it looks if you do add a little bit of the flowers, okay? So that's the card for tonight, and then let me show you some of the other samples so you can see all of the different ways that you can use the Tailor Made Tags Dies. Okay, so I told you, you don't need to just make tags with them. You can make cards, which I mean, that's what I love doing is making cards. And then of course the treat packaging, and then a little tag, and another little tag. So it's great for treat packaging, great for cards. Like you could just use these all the time. And I didn't show you an example of a bookmark, but something like this could also act as a bookmark, right? So if you wanted to do a bunch of little bookmarks, if you're a teacher or you know a teacher and you wanted to make bookmarks for a class, you could totally do this with, I would suggest maybe sturdier cardstock. But you could also laminate, like the possibilities are endless. So these are the different projects. Let me see whatever. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, Nicole. Oh, thank you, Darlene. Listen, if you guys love these projects and you have friends that you think might enjoy seeing them, please feel free to share this. You can share this through Messenger or on your timeline, whatever works for you. But you know, if you want to share the love, then I would love that. And that's the ultimate compliment for me. If you want to order any of these products, they are all available in my online store. You can go to www.zarapremji.com. You'll see a variety of links there. One of them is my online store. So you can certainly purchase any of these products. We used the Tailor Made Tags Dies, and we used the Shaded Summer stamp set, and then we used the Pansy Petals Designer Series paper. So I really hope that these projects have inspired you. Oh, Shirley, I got them actually from the Dollar Tree near my house. So in just like around the corner from my house, there is a Dollar Tree store and they sell them there. And they also have chocolate mint cookie or something like that, which I tried it. I didn't love it. So the birthday cake, I think is, I mean, that's perfect as a chocolate bar. So this is a little fun way to package a little chocolate bar. And any chocolate bar you find, you wrap a little bit of designer series paper and put a cute tag on it. And who wouldn't want to get that, right? So Debbie says she needs to add the tag dies to her list. Thank you for saying that, Debbie. That's always such a nice compliment to me where if you see something and then you feel kind of inspired to use it. So that is really, really a nice compliment. Elizabeth, I can't wait for Celebration to start either, although I really have taken advantage already. So this is one of the perks, of course, of being a demonstrator is that we can pre-order from products, from catalogs early. So I've already got a huge haul of products from our holiday catalog as well as our Celebration, which is why I got to use these dies today. So if you want more information about joining my team and purchasing the starter kit, please do send me a message and I would be happy to help answer any questions you might have or help you get set up. And I guess that's it for me tonight, friends. I really appreciate you all joining me, and I always love my Wednesday nights with you guys. So thank you so much for joining. And if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for things you might want to see, please let me know, and I'll do my best to oblige. Have a good night, everyone, and a great week ahead. Bye for now.